Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're in the garage, we're looking at this 2022 Yukon XL. This has the Duramax 3-liter engine. I've done a video on this a little while back about the gas costs, so comparing the gasoline cost versus the diesel cost, fuel mileage in this vehicle. So this is a XL version, but it's the SLE trim. SLE and SLT trims, you have the option of the 3-liter Duramax inline engine like this, or diesel engine, or you can get the 5.3 V8. And there is a significant difference in the MPG, but there's also a higher cost to the diesel fuel. So in the last video, I was kind of comparing that. I'll leave a link down below. So from what I figured is that you'd save about $1,500 by having the diesel over 100,000 miles if there's about a 90-cent difference in gas versus diesel. If diesel is 90 cents more. A lot of people left in the comments that I'm not considering the maintenance costs of the vehicle. And that's true. I didn't consider the maintenance costs because we just looked at 100,000 miles. I want to talk about the maintenance costs of owning the 3-liter Duramax. This is it has the LM2 engine. It's not the LZ0. That hasn't come out in the full-size SUVs yet. So it's the LM2. It has a 10-speed transmission. But let's talk about specifically what are the differences between maintenance costs, the V8 gas versus the 3-liter diesel. So a couple things I want to talk about that's a little bit different, maybe a little more expensive in the diesel than it is the gas engine. And the first one's going to be the oil change cost. Now, this 3-liter LM2 engine only holds 7 quarts of oil. Actually, the gas V8 holds 8 quarts. So technically, the gas V8 should be a little more expensive in oil change costs because you're paying for 8 quarts versus 7. But that's not the case. This diesel engine here takes a special blend. It's called the Dexos D. D as in diesel, 0W20. And it only comes in AC Delco. There's an AMSOIL that's rated for the Dexos D, but there's not a lot of other options. And so that oil, now for example, if I get it at the dealer actually charged, when I've gone there, the cost on the line item for the cost for the oil is around $9 a quart. So if we're looking at, 7 quarts, we're looking, just over $60 just for 7 quarts of oil for this thing. Whereas on the gas V8, you don't have to buy any special oil. It just has to be Dexos 0W20. So any blend of 0W20 is really going to meet the requirements. So you could get 8 quarts of that for under $50. $40 to $50, you can get 8 quarts of that. So the cost is probably going to be $20 to $30 less. The filter cost isn't going to be a whole lot different than the gas. So really it's just going to be the quantity of oil and the specific oil that you're buying. Now I could see the cost for the oil going down in the future as more manufacturers are making a small diesel engine oil that meets the Dexos D requirement. If that's the case, then we could see costs go down over time, and it might equal out closer to what the cost is on the gas engine. But for the time being, the cost to do oil changes on the diesel engine is going to be a little bit more, but I figure about $30 more per oil change. You're changing it every 6,000-7,000 miles, so that's going to be an extra added cost. So another consideration when looking at the diesel versus the gas is you have to change the fuel filters a little more frequently in the diesel than you do the gas, but not as frequently as you might think, because this actually uses the same filter as the heavy-duty truck line that has a 6.6 Duramax. So that obviously has a bigger engine. It's using more fuel. This is using the same filter, so you can get a longer filter life out of this. If I look at my gauge here, I could probably get about 25,000 miles out of this fuel filter that's in here, because I've gone about 12,000 miles. I'm at 65% or so on my fuel filter life. So I could probably get close to 25,000 miles out of this fuel filter life. But you are also recommended to change the fuel filter in the gas V8. So it's not like having the gas, it eliminates the need to change the fuel filter. You still have to change the fuel filter, but that one's recommended between 30 and 40,000 miles. So maybe a little bit more frequently in the diesel, but not as much. Here on my gauge cluster, it shows my fuel filter life 61%. And I'm at 12,500 miles or so. So what I'm assuming is I could get probably close to 25,000 miles on a fuel filter change, which better than what I thought it'd be. Okay, the last piece of maintenance that I want to talk about on the Yukon 3-liter diesel engine that you don't really have on the gas V8, and that is this oil pump belt. So on the back of the engine, there's an oil pump. It's not a chain. It's actually a belt that needs to be replaced. they've said the interval is now around 150,000 miles. So it's not like it's that frequent, but when it does need to be changed, the whole transmission needs to be pulled out of the vehicle and changed at that point. And from what I've been reading online, it seems like estimates for that can be around $1,200 to $2,000 in cost. One thing I was thinking though, and some people have made some good points about that, and that is that between 150 and maybe to 180,000 miles, there's a good chance that the vehicle might need some transmission work. And if it needs a transmission out, let's say it needs a torque converter or something changed in the transmission, that part could be replaced with not a lot of extra labor, because all the labor is involved with taking out the transmissions. Okay, so with those three things, yeah, the oil changes are going to be a little bit more, fuel filter a little more frequently, and then your potential oil pump belt that's every 150,000 miles. I don't think that is going to be a deterrent to buying the 3-liter diesel, especially now that GM is revising it with the LZ0. They've kind of upped the horsepower and torque out of the same 3-liter engine, and I think that's gonna. It's not for 2023, but maybe for 2024 we'll see that engine trickle into the full-size SUV. But for 2023, we're still seeing the LM2 engine. But I still think it's a good deal. That's why I bought the diesel. I think the pros far outweigh the cons of the diesel. The diesel does have the emission stuff, the DPF, the DEF system, and the emissions system could be a little more higher cost down the road if you need to repair that. But also the gas V8 has that failed lifter problem too. That those V8s have a common tendency to fail their lifters. I even had that done in one of my cars, and was an expensive repair. So both kind of have their pros and cons, but I really think the diesel kind of outweighs the gas, especially in my situation where I don't really hold my vehicles that long. And so when I'm looking at a vehicle, I want to look at like the resellability. And in my area, the diesels are very hard to get and they're very desirable. So a lot of people want them, but there's not a lot available. A lot of these full-size SUVs also get bought up by rental car companies, and so all you're going to see is gas ones for sale on the resale market, and there's not going to be a lot of diesel ones. So even though the diesel might have a little bit more maintenance costs, I think resale time you're going to get your money back, if not more, when it comes to the reselling the vehicle or trading it in. All right, guys, well, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully you found this information helpful or useful when deciding between the 5.3 V8 or the 3-liter inline-6 diesel engine that GM offers in these SUVs, or even their trucks. They offer this engine. I don't think the maintenance costs are that much more than the gas, and so that's why I went with the diesel, and I've really enjoyed it so far. Like I said, 12,500 miles on it. I've really enjoyed it, and I'll keep you guys posted as we start putting more miles on it. Anyways, leave your comment down below. Interested to hear what your thoughts are on this topic. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.